Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. Dr. Mansour, Shahidul, thank you for your warm welcome. It is, as Shahidul says, my third visit to Bangladesh, and if people wonder why I come, it's because of the energy in this room and the excitement in this room, and it's truly wonderful to be able to share it with you. This is, without doubt, the happiest occasion that I ever get to officiate at. If you're a CEO, thank you. If you're a CEO, you have to do many terrible things, but this is not one of them. Handing out charters to young people who have their careers in front of them is truly a wonderful pleasure. Before I start my remarks, I just wanted to get a sense of the room. Hands up those of you who already are charter holders. Okay, that's a very big percentage of the membership. Hands up those who are studying for level 3. Okay, good luck. You're all doing it in June, I hope. Yeah, well, best of luck. It's the easy one. So you're on the downward slope. So that's good. Which poor people are studying for level 2 in June? Yeah, no, that's the toughest one. Bad luck. Bad luck. The only advice I can give you is work hard, because you're going to need all of that. And level 1 candidates. I haven't invited one. Okay. That's why there's no one in the room. That's a trick question, Charlie. To see how good snuck in the room. One other group I would like to not just get to put their hand up, but actually to stand up. The family and friends of our 11 new charter holders who are here tonight. If you could take a bow, please. We owe you a huge debt of thanks. Thank you. Everybody who makes it through this owes their family a huge debt of gratitude. Roughly speaking, 900 hours of study over 3 years, if you manage to do it in 3, and most of us don't. Most of us fail at least one level. Endless grumpiness and tiredness and missing family parties and missing family events. So without the support of our families, this simply couldn't happen. And we're very, very grateful to you for everything that you do, so thank you. What I wanted to try and do tonight for our new charter holders particularly, but also for all of you who are still going through the exams, is to try and inspire you a little bit as to what you're doing. Because I think it's very important that we really talk much more loudly and much more proudly about the purpose of finance. What it is that we actually do for a living. Because most people in the communities that we serve really don't understand what we do. And it's tremendously important that we explain it to them. And not just that we explain it to them, but we tell them how proud we are to be finance professionals. I know tonight you're proud to get your charter, but remember that the charter is just the start of your professional journey. And you have to think very deeply about what it means to be a professional. And when you really, peel everything away, and you can Wikipedia this and look at it, what it really means to be a professional is to place yourself in service to your clients. And you can think about that as a private wealth advisor, or you can think about that as an institutional asset owner, or you can think about that as the proprietor of your own mutual fund company. Your job is to try to help your clients achieve their financial goals, their financial aspirations. And there is nothing more noble than that as a calling. And we need to talk about that much more powerfully in everything that we do. That we help people, we help companies, we help institutions, and so by extension, we help Bangladesh achieve its financial aspirations. And when you think about that, what we're really involved in is trying to help create happiness and well-being in the communities that we serve. And perhaps if we attached ourselves to that sense of purpose a little more obviously, a little more vocally, if we really sort of express that much more powerfully in our communities, we wouldn't have some of the lack of trust issues and some of the criticism and some of the lack of, frankly, governmental support that at times we all struggle against in our careers. And if you think about that, don't think about it from the perspective of just of giving back or contributing to your community. For sure, those are important motivations. But think about it from the perspective of your career, the sustainability of the next 30 years of your life. Think about it, if you have to, in very selfish terms. That unless we can attach ourselves to a sense of purpose that society really, truly values, why should we deserve society's support? Why should we deserve our government's support in terms of the rules and regulations that we need to help our community and our industry thrive into the future? So really take that to heart, that through expressing professionalism, through having high ethical standards, to dedicating yourself to client service, you can sustain your career for hopefully the 30 to 40 years that you have in front of you. And we should be inspired by that message, really, that we have true nobility of purpose. Without us, Bangladesh's roads aren't going to get built, Bangladesh's ports aren't going to get built, airports aren't going to be improved, schools, medical facilities, all of the things that Bangladesh needs to survive and to thrive just won't happen. And so we are absolutely vital pieces of the economy here. And I think, as Shahidul said in his remarks, it's so important to build this human infrastructure within the country that can really make things happen and make things change here. And we each have a personal responsibility of bringing that change about. So how do you do that? Well, you do that, as Shahidul also said, through joining your professional society, through joining CFA Society Bangladesh. My job is a very simple one. My job at the Institute is to support our societies to the best of my ability, because I can't possibly know what's necessary here on the ground in Dhaka or here on the ground in the broader country in which you live. The only people who can do that, the only people who can know what's necessary here in Bangladesh are you guys. And the way that you get to know that is through your society, through contributing to the growth of professionalism, the raising of professional standards within Bangladesh. So take that very seriously. Join your local society. And as Shahidul said, you have an incredible local society. I was very, very fortunate to be at its birth in 2015. And I've tried to come back every year since to see its growth. And we've over doubled in 3 short years. And that is a truly incredible performance. And when you think about the 650 to 700 candidates we have, that growth is assured well into the future. So at CFA, we divide our 152 societies around the world into sort of size categories. And the bottom size is under 100 members. Well, Bangladesh is about to move into the next tier within 3 years of formation. And that's an incredible job, brilliantly done by your society's board, who deserve a huge round of applause for it. Lots of innovation around that. You've got the career guide on your table, which was a wonderful example of just what this society has achieved. As Shahidul said, I was round at the Securities Commission earlier on today, and we submitted a paper to the Securities Commission earlier this year on the development of the mutual fund industry. The chairman, Khairul Hussain, asked us to also contribute to the growth of the fixed income markets here and to do another paper around that. So there are plenty of opportunities for thought leadership, for the developments of the markets here in Bangladesh, as well as those other tasks that you're doing so well around the research challenge, which truly is an extraordinary a piece of work that you've managed, the forecasting that you're beginning to do, and everything that you're working on in that scholarship program that Shahidul mentioned. And I particularly wanted to name check Bangladesh Bank tonight. They really, Faisal has been a friend for many years, and he's done a fabulous job in rolling those scholarships out into the central bank here, and to have now over 30 qualified and part qualified people within the central bank, I would say percentage-wise is probably the most penetrated central bank of any that I've heard about in the developing world. So that's an incredible job. For those of you who are in Bangladesh Bank, stick at it, get through the exam process, give back to your country, give back to your profession. We need you in the regulator, we need you in the central bank to help improve and to grow our financial infrastructure here in the country. So many congratulations to you. Finally, what I wanted to say was what a delight it was to be able to give 2 charters to 2 young women tonight. We have here in Bangladesh, if I'm not mistaken, about 10% of our charter holders are young women. So 2 out of 12 is an improvement on that percentage. And I know from talking with Shahidul earlier on today that he is focusing a lot of that scholarship effort onto young women here in the country. We do that for all sorts of reasons, social fairness being one of them, but most importantly, we believe that through better gender balance in our profession, we will be a better profession. We will have more cognitive diversity, we will make better investment decisions, and we will serve our clients better. So I'm delighted to see that we're making progress on that front. I hope we can keep these young women in our profession as we go forward, and I hope when I come back in future years to see many more young women within our ranks here in Dhaka. So that's great news. My final message really was just to remind you all that you are now part of a global network. There are 170,000 charter holders worldwide, so that's a great number. We have about 330,000, 340,000 students sitting at any one point in time. And we now have societies in about 90 countries around the world. So you're part of a really powerful global family. Please do think of yourself in that way, that you are now connected to charter holders in every corner of the globe. Wherever you go in your career, wherever your career takes you, whatever you want to do, whatever your enthusiasms are, there are fellow charter holders literally everywhere. Use them. Use that connections, use those networks to help further your career as you go down your career path. So we're very, very proud of you, our new charter holders. We're much, much more proud of you than you are of us. You are truly the future. You are everything that we aspire to. You're young, you're energetic, you're motivated by your desire to really lead a wonderful career here in Bangladesh, and we're tremendously proud of you to have you as part of our family. So thank you for joining us. For all of the students who are making their way through this program at the moment, please stick at it. It's well worth it. The financial community here in Bangladesh is growing very fast. There's lots of opportunities, as that career guide shows for you. It really is an investment that's well worth making, and I look forward to welcoming you into our ranks in future years. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.